I'm so excited to be here with you guys today and share some tips with you. If you have seen the title of this week's video, you will have seen that we're going to be talking about ham. Now, we're not going to be talking about Thanksgiving dinner or anything like that, but did you know that ham has a place in sewing? Now, that is a little spoiler about what we're going to talk about in a second. But first, let's just say hi to everyone and do a little bit of a icebreaker. So the question for today, go ahead and comment in the comments below, is what do you do for crafts other than sewing? I'm super curious. Is the only craft that you do sewing? Do you like to do other things like maybe knitting or crocheting? Do you have a Cricut that you make cards out of? Go ahead and leave a comment below. I'm super curious. And I'm curious if I have any other crafts in common with you guys. So again, go ahead and comment below this video with what other crafts other than sewing you do. Okay, so I'm sure you're really curious about how ham has anything to do with sewing. Now, we're not talking about the same kind of ham that you eat. I'll show you what a sewing ham looks like. So I've got two here. Here's a more modern version, and here is more of a retro version. You can tell this one has been well used and loved. There is a lot of holes in the outside of this. But these are what are called tailor's hams. And these have a special place in sewing. So again, they're called a tailor's ham if you want to look them up and maybe see about purchasing one. But what the heck do you think that we use this for? Well, they're super handy, and once you've used one, you will not want to not have one in your sewing arsenal. But really quick first, before we get to that tidbit, I want to show you guys a sneak peek into, a sneak peek into the last box that we sent in March. So we're going to do a quick unboxing. So if you don't know what I'm talking about the Sew What box, which is a sewing membership, and we send out boxes of sewing goodies and stuff every month. Now, if you're a member, we sent these out to you last week. Most of you probably have gotten your box yet. If you haven't and don't want to see this, go ahead and shut your eyes and plug your ears for the next minute or so. But I'm super excited to show you guys what we sent in the March shipment, because there is so much stuff in here that, look, we could barely get these boxes closed. See, this one doesn't even want to stay closed. So this was a cool one for us to send out. So let's look at what we sent out last month. So as always, you get a little welcome card and some tips and tricks for sewing. This one was about how to use sewing needles or choose the right kind in your sewing machine, which goes along with our extra goodies. So we sent out some Universal Schmetz brand needles, a variety pack for your sewing machine, and this really cool little guide. This is put out by Schmetz, and it has guides for every single kind of needle and what you would use it for. So this is a really handy pocket guide for you to have in your sewing room. It literally has 40 pages in here of all the different kinds of needles and what kind of needles will work best with what kinds of fabrics and what kind of projects. That is my favorite thing. Next, as always, we sent out a couple fat quarters. These are going to be used in a bonus project that we're going to do in one of these live videos this month. And each of these fabric bundles comes with this little ribbon of handmade tags. So how this works is you can cut this ribbon between each little handmade picture, and then you can sew them in so they look like handmade tags. That's exciting. Now for the piece de la résistance, the project that we sent out this month. Now it is March, so everybody's thinking about outside and gardening, and so we made this awesome knee pad project. In case you're not aware, all of our projects are pre-cut, so you don't have to use a pattern and cut out all the pieces. You can just get this, open it up, and start sewing. And the cool thing about this is that even if you don't garden, you could use a knee pad everywhere. Now, the thing that took up the most space in this box was the knee pad padding. So that's what happened here, but we're so excited about this project. Okay, so I'm sure you're still really curious. Let's take a look at what these tailor's hams can do for you. Okay, so if you sew clothing, you will know the difficulty of pressing this seam around the armhole here, the curved seam. But if you've never sewn clothing, there's still also places where you sew a curved seam. Maybe you make a teddy bear and it has a curved seam, or we actually sent out some bubble baskets that were like baskets that were shaped like a circle that would have a curved seam in it. Now you can go like inch by inch and flatten this out on a ironing board, right? But that is a pain in the touche, and you get little wrinkles as you do that. So this is where the tailor's ham comes in. Since this is a circular rounded thing, it has different kinds of angles and stuff, so you can adjust to where the right angle is. But you can put this like in the shoulder, and then all of a sudden it sets it on a curve. And this ham is like a big circular ironing board. So then you can take your iron and just press along like this, and then adjust and keep pressing. Now this is super handy when you're trying to press curved seams, because a curved seam will not lay as flat without ironing as a straight seam will lay without ironing. So these things are lifesavers. And again, in case you find what this thing's called, if you want to look it up and get one, it's called a tailor's ham. Super weird, but it kind of does look like a ham shape, kind of. So that's why they call these that. Actually, if you're on a budget, you can usually find these at secondhand stores because people have no idea what they are. So that is just a little tip there. I hope that you can use that tip, and I hope that it makes your life a little bit easier. So that's about all I have for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. But before I let you go, I do have a really quick sneak peek into the box that we're going to be sending out to our club members next month. So again, close your eyes if you don't want to have any spoilers. But if you are wondering if you should join our monthly sewing club or not, and are curious on what's coming out in the April box, then this is for you. So in the April box, we are going to be working with curved seams, and we're going to be making this awesome curved little storage basket. But the cool thing about this storage basket is the handles. They are faux leather, so you'll be able to learn how to work with that. And since there's handles on here, you can grab it like this and go. So it's kind of like a convertible little swing basket is what we're calling it. And the cool thing is it's going to be lined, and the other cool thing is we're going to send out a downloadable pattern for this that's going to have a couple different sizes of this basket on it. So once you make the pre-cut project, you can go ahead and make some other sized ones for your home or for gifts as well. I like these because I can just put stuff in it and carry it from the couch to do like knitting or something in front of the TV back to the craft room and not have to use a grocery bag or anything like that. It's super nice and fun to make. Okay, guys. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment below and I will get to those. And it was really nice to see you guys this Wednesday. Have a great and wonderful rest of the week.